beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Oluchi Imo, and if you see my beautiful face for the first time, you're most welcome to my channel. On this channel, I teach you all about cake business, and I teach you tips and strategies on how to grow a thriving cake business. I'm a cake artist that is based in Swindon. I'm a cake artist that is based in Swindon, the United Kingdom, and if you've seen me for the first time, you're most welcome to my channel. I think I've said this before. Anyhow, if you are new here for the first time, welcome to my channel. And if you've always been here, thank you so much for always being here. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you must-haves for your cake business. So if you are looking to start a cake business, or you're already doing a cake business, but you're wondering, do I really need this? Do I need that? Or what do I actually need if I want to start a cake business? Then this video is for you. You know how we do it. Get something to eat, drink, relax, and I'll be right back. You're welcome back. So diving straight into the video like we've always done it. The first thing I would say you need will be your mixer, and that's great. I was able to carry that. So you need your cake mixer. You need a stand mixer actually. And if my memory serves me right, yeah, I know I've made a video talking about what you look out for if you're getting a stand mixer. So this is lightweight. That's why I'm able to carry it and hold it up. So you need a stand mixer that you would use for your cake mixing, your batter mixing, and everything. It's a much smaller mixer than I used to have, but it's been working for me and it's serving me, and I can bake 500 grams at a go. So you're looking to get something that would serve you, get yourself a stand mixer. But what if I don't have the money to get a stand mixer? You might be asking. Well, then you can get yourself a hand mixer. Okay, you can get yourself a hand mixer that you can use. This is a brand I bought. This is the hand mixer I bought when I needed to start doing, I don't know what I needed to start doing, but I already had my hand mixer, but I felt that I needed to also get this as well. So this is a hand mixer that you can use. When I started my cake business, I did not have a mixer. I know you must have heard my story, but if you've not, I did not have a mixer. I did not have a hand mixer. I did not have anything. I only had what we call a turning stick in Nigeria. And if I can insert a picture, I would insert it, or I would show you what it is. Hold on, let me show you what it looks like. Yeah, so this is what I had when I started. And if you're African, you're probably going to be very, very familiar with this. So it's what we call a turning stick. And that was not what I was using to bake for customers when I started baking for my customers. I used to borrow my sister-in-law's mixer. But to practice at home, this was the kind of thing I was using back then, over 10 years ago. So please start with what you have. I know that sounds cliche. You must have heard it like 1,000 times, but please start with what you have. Next thing on my list that is a must-have is your baking pan. So you need a baking pan. So I just wanted to be sure. I'm not advertising any brand, please, but you need your baking pan. Now, this is a brand that I bought here and I've talked about in my videos, some of my videos, and it's been serving me really well. Now, this is an 8-inch hard pan, and I have them linked on my Amazon store. So if you happen to buy from me, just so you know, it's an affiliate platform. So please, I just want to put it out there. If you want to get this type of pans, then please check on my Amazon store. The link is in the description box. But this is what I use. I also have them in 6 inches and 8 inches, and also in pillow pan size, in pillow pans as well. So that's what I use, and it gives me amazing results when it comes to my cake, as you can see. So this is what I use. All I do is to just spray it, put my parchment paper, spray it again, and I'm good to go. And I have my cakes coming out nice, flat, no issues whatsoever. So you need a baking pan, or where else are you going to bake your cakes? So you need this. And if you feel that you'll be doing cupcakes, then you can also get yourself a cupcake tray as well. So, but this is a must-have when it comes to starting a cake business. So the next item on the list will be your measuring cups, your measuring cups and your measuring spoons, or your digital scale like so, or an analog scale if you have it. So your measuring spoons, you use them for measuring your ingredients like your baking soda, your baking powder, your flour, your sugar. You need it. It's a must-have because there's no other way you can measure your ingredients accurately if you do not use your measuring cups and spoons, or your digital scale. So it's a must-have. If you have the analog one, that's what I was using for a very long time, until when I got this around in 2000. That's when I got the scale, and I've been using it. This year will make it the 5th year. So is it that you get yourself this or this so that you can measure your ingredients for your baking? You do not eyeball it. Please do not eyeball your ingredients. get this, they're a must have, and you need to have them when you're baking cakes or if you're running a cake business. Another thing that is a must have are these babies right here. So this is what you call a spatula or an offset. No, not an offset. This is what you call a spatula. So I have the straight one, and then I have the curved one, which we call an offset. I don't know if you can see that shape, but this is it. So this is an offset. That's a big one. And then I have the small one, which I've been using for over 10 years now. If you look at it, it looks like frayed, but that's because it has gone through the stages, it has gone through the years. I also have the straight one, and I would encourage you with all of these purchases to get something that is quality and that will last you. Okay, so this is it. You need this. What do you use it for? So to spread the frosting on your cake. So when you filled it in the middle before you layer it, it comes in handy. When you're trying to smoothen the frosting by the side as well, it comes in handy. You need the small one. I like to use the small one. I don't think I ever used the big one for frosting the size of my cake. I'm used to using this, so that's what I use, and I almost never use this. The original of mine got broken by my staff, so I don't have it here, but I used to have this, this one, and the straight one as well. So it's a set of 4. So you have the big set and also the small set. So these are must-haves in your cake business if you want to start a cake business. But if you do not have, what's an alternative? I think an alternative would be to use a spoon. So you have a dedicated spoon that you use for doing that. Okay, some other people would use the next thing that I want to show you, which is your spatula. So this is also called a spatula. Now this is a silicone spatula. You can see it's flexible. I can bend it. That's what some people use to apply their frosting by the side, and they just slap it on and then go around the sides, or they use it for the top and then go in with the next tool that I'll be showing you. But this is an alternative, and this I would say is a must have. So is it that you have the two? If you can afford both sets, it is fine. If you do not, this works fine as well for applying your frosting, for spreading it. I think it's multiple. I can call it a multi-purpose tool, but this is one thing that you need: a spatula, a silicone spatula that you can use for also scraping the sides of your bowl. It's important that when you are mixing your batter, you are not just big mixing and mixing and mixing. To make sure that you're getting everything in and everything is properly mixed, you need this tool here. You need this spatula here. So make sure you get one for yourself. Another thing that is a must-have is this. So that's the next item I'll be talking about. So this is called a bench scraper. This is called a bench scraper and also a cake comb, because it's like a 2-in-1. So you have the ridges here that you can use when you are when you're combing your cake. I have a short on how to comb the cake. I think I'm going to link it as well for you so you can see, but you also have this part that you can use. I have made a video too about bench scrapers. I do not use this for frosting my cake, maybe the top of the cake. That is if I have to, but this is what you can use if you're starting out and you do not have the money to buy something big, something fancy, or something that is beyond your budget. You can get something like this, and there are different types and they have different results on your cake or how your cake turns out. So this is the major one that I use. I've been using it for years and it has served me really fine and really well. You get something that the blade is not so sharp, but it's effective enough for you to smoothen and scrape the sides of your cake. So this is it, bench scrapers. You have the big ones, you have the flat ones, you have the tall ones, you have the short ones. This is about 9.5 inches tall. So that's a good enough height to cover your cake. If you have to make tall cakes, it's good enough, and it will serve for both tall and short cakes. So get yourself a bench scraper and also a cake comb if you have to. I'm going to show you this. There are small bench scrapers, smaller bench scrapers that you can use, and I also have more cake combs here. Now this is a silicone one that you can use. This is a cake comb, and you just hold it like so to give your pattern. You can also use it to give patterns to your cake. Now there are different types, and then a set of, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are different ones that you can use to create different patterns on your cake. So I wouldn't say it's a must-have, but it's a should-have. Okay, so if you feel that you need to or you want to, over time, you can buy it, but definitely you do not need it at the beginning, except you want to get them for creating textured cakes and you feel that's your thing, that's where you want to lean into, then you can get them. What else do you need? I would say another must-have is this. So your turntable, you need a turntable for your cakes. You can see that it rotates, like it goes round. You need it for when you are icing your cakes. So you place your cake board like so, place your cake board on it, and put some buttercream, ganache, melted chocolates, SMBC, or whatever it is you're using. You apply a little bit of it here and place your cake on top, and then it makes decorating easier because you can just move it around like so, and it goes right, especially when you're smothering your cakes. It's easy to work with this. If you do not have it in the beginning, it's all well and good, but I would encourage you to get it because it makes work easy. So if you're smoothing your cake, when you're going around, it just goes like so, like you can see. So it's easy for you to do. That's why you need to have this. Is a must have. You need to get a turntable, a sturdy one. Something like this is fine. We have different types and different price ranges and different quality and different brands. Just please do not feel pressured at all. Get what works for you for now. Over time, you can upgrade your tools and equipment that you're using. So the next thing on my list is my trimming knife. So I have my trimming knife here that I've been using for a very long time now. I've had it for years now, not a couple of years. I've had it for years, and I use it to trim my cake. So some people have different things they use: cake leveler, trimming knife. Some people don't. Some bakers don't even trim at all. So they just do their thing and cover their cakes. If this is you, it is beautiful, all well and fine. But if you feel that you need to trim your cakes and it'll be easy for you to work with or decorate your cakes, then you will need to get this, a trimming knife, so that you can trim the top of your cakes and also trim the sides. The next thing on my list will be your couplers. This is what it's called. It's called a coupler. That's it. I believe you can see it. And also your tips or nozzles. So this is what it looks like. This is what it's called. You have them in different types, different sizes. This is a small one. This is medium. And this is large. So you have them in different sizes with different tips. They serve different purposes. And I have made videos about using them to pipe, how to pipe. So if you know that you're going to be doing buttercream, especially with the trend of doing vintage cakes now, then these are a must have. In fact, even if you're not doing vintage cakes or trendy cakes, you need this because at some point you'll be piping on your cakes. So you need this to do those intricate piping details on your cakes. So please get yourself this. Get yourself a coupler. The next thing on my list will be disposable piping bags. So these are disposable piping bags that you can reuse over and over again until they burst, or maybe they tear. But you need this, and if you get yourself a non-disposable one, it's good. Whatever works for you is absolutely fine. But you need your piping bags. That's where you put your buttercream inside, or your SMBC, or your ganache, or your IMBC, whatever you're using to do that. Then you need to use this piping bags. You insert your coupler into your bags. So this is how you use it. You insert the big one into the bag like so. Of course, you snip it off. You attach the tip like so, and then you go over it and then put on the screw. And this is how you use it. So you put whatever medium frosting you're using right inside the bag to pipe. Have will be cutters. I know you would need them at some point. You might not need everything at the beginning, but you need to have at least some basic cutters. So I have different types here that I use for doing different cuttings. So you have your cookie cutters here. You can also use them for fondant toppers. There are cloud toppers here, especially if you're into kids' cakes. You would need to get this. They're a must have. So you need to have your cutters that you would use. Another must have for me is your rolling pin. So you have the small ones like this, and you also have the big one. So if you know you're going to be doing fondant cakes, then you need to get a rolling pin. This is what we call a candle rolling pin, and it's used for rolling out your fondants, rolling out those little pieces that you used to cut out and stick on your cake. So you need this, a must have. Else, I don't know how you want to roll your fondant. So even if you don't need the big one, at least get a small one and have a small one handy that you can use for rolling out your fondant or your pastries or your cookie dough, and then you can use your cookie cutter. And the next one will be your sieve. So I have this net sieve. I don't know the actual name, but I have this net sieve and I love it because if you put your flour through it, it just goes through seamlessly. If you put your icing sugar through it, it just goes through seamlessly. And I am that baker that always saves. So I sieve my flour and I sieve my icing sugar. I understand that this doesn't work for everybody. And if this is you, all well and good. But for me, I like to sieve it, and I like this one. The net one is soft and it's easy to use. When I got it from Amazon, I was like, what kind of tiny set of nets or sieves are this? So this is what the complete set looks like. It comes in a set of 4. I was like, what kind of small nets are these when I bought them? What kind of small sieves are these? But the fact that they come in different sizes just makes it really nice and easy to work with. So I would recommend this is a must-have. Save it so that you have your flour light and easy to use, light and airy. You can incorporate air into your flour, and your icing sugar is without lumps. You don't have issues with buttercream being lumpy and all of that. I love it. I like it. It is soft. You can use it. So this is another must-have that you need to have in your kitchen. Have. Yes. Okay. So at this point, I want to say thank you for watching the video up until this point. You're the real MVP. Thank you so very much for watching my video. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. And if you need to shop any of these items, I do not have all of them, but please do well to check my Amazon store. The link is in the description. All right. And like I said, it's an affiliate link at no extra cost to you if you buy, but I'll get a little commission if you buy from me. So please show some love and buy from my store. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you very much for watching and for your support. Until I see you in my next video, stay happy, stay safe, and stay blessed.